There's no end to learning. And if we have to provide any living examples of someone who really follow all this, well, one has to think about James Anderson here. Well, he has been at the top of the mountain as far as international cricket and specifically Test cricket is concerned. A total of 704 wickets, he has been there, he's done all that. And despite knowing that, he does not really have an England future now, he could have been a cricket pundit, could have actually gone into more of a permanent coaching role, but then he has chosen to register for the Indian Premier League 2025 for its mega auction that's going to take place later in November, and he has finally revealed the reasons as to why he has done it. Here's a look. Well, Anderson, he has said that, there's something in me that thinks like I can still play. I have never done the IPL. I feel like I have more to give as a player. Well, as far as Anderson's international career goes, well, until 2015, he was a regular part of England's Test and ODI formats, wherein, he played those matches very consistently, also played a few World Cups for them. But ever since England's disastrous performance in the 2015 World Cup in the trans-Tasman conditions, Anderson was purely there as a test bowler because England wanted to use him more in all the conditions, not just their home conditions, but at the very same time wanted to make use of his old ball skills also when they head to India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, or any of the other conditions for that matter. And this is where, after not really playing a lot of white ball cricket ever since 2014, remember his last T20 match came back in 2014, still he harbors the dream of playing a lot of T20 cricket and to enhance his cricketing knowledge and skills. Well, Anderson went on to add that I feel that opening my eyes to something like that and experiencing it sort of might help me grow my knowledge of the game. And that is where I think it will be interesting to see as to who all would be really, heading for James Anderson in the IPL auction. Well, definitely there can be a couple of teams that come to my mind are Punjab Kings, or for that matter even Chennai Super Kings, who are really known to, have that dad's army. And in case of James Anderson, he doesn't really just, bring that experience of a mentor or of, taking those plethora of wickets in international cricket. Well, he can obviously use a lot of his cutters or the variations that can really be required in T20 cricket. And he also had his say on the retirement that was there from the England shirt. Well, remember, James Anderson did not really retire himself. He was forced into retirement in a way because the captain and the coach, in Ben Stokes and Brendan McCullum respectively, they had a chat with him and they told him very categorically that we do not see you as a part of the England 11 for the next Ashes that is going to take place in 18 months from now, and that's why we want to look into the future. And this is where Anderson has said that his wife was obviously frustrated with the decision of the England cricket team management, but then he has said that I feel like I have made my peace with it. I guess there was some part of me that was frustrated at that time, but now I'm okay with it. And this is where he knows that he wants to move on from the English cricket circuit. He was there, he was part of a couple of series as an England coach, as a bowling coach for them for the series against Sri Lanka and for the away series against Pakistan, but now he wants to make sure that he wants to be a part of the Indian Premier League. Now, there can obviously be a few franchises who would want him in the role of, more of a mentor, a player come mentor. And then definitely, the likes of Chennai Super Kings, Royal Challengers Bengaluru for that matter, or even any of the franchises would want his services. Now that Anderson hasn't really played a lot of white ball cricket in the last few years or so, doesn't really mean that, he wouldn't really possess the skills that are required in T20 cricket. One thing that James Anderson has actually taught a lot of youngsters is that despite your age, you can still learn a lot of new tricks. Well, remember, James Anderson's peak, it really came at a time when he was above 35. He picked a lot of wickets, and that's where he did well in the subcontinent conditions too. What do you think? Which team might just pick James Anderson in the IPL mega auction that's going to take place on November 24th and 25th? You can let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today for all the exciting updates and analysis from the sporting world. Until then, on behalf of my producer Shashwat, it's Siddharth Gulati saying goodbye and good night.